Good afternoon, it's Wednesday, the 15th of February, and it's 17 degrees. 17 degrees. So it's actually quite warm. I'll probably end up taking my gilet off. And today I'm going to do some seed planting, I think. Well, I'm going to do some, but then I might actually spend some time outdoors and doing a bit more clearing of those brambles and so on. My neighbour's going to come and help me on Sunday, get that ramshackle shack thing down. So there's a million jobs I've got to do. So I'm just going to see how many things I can get done before I get tired and had enough. I've got to be careful because with me working nights and driving a truck, I don't like to tire myself out too much. So yeah, I'll see how much I can get done. I've also got to pop to my mum's, download my last video. So let's crack on. Oh, I'm also using my new AirPods. I'm hoping that the sound cuts out certain noises but keeps in the birds singing and so on. So this is a trial one. If all the sound sounds funny, I apologise and I'll change it for next time. Hello there. So I'm in my greenhouse and I've just started sowing some seeds. I've actually used the soil or compost, should I say, that I was going to replant my onion seeds in. And do you know what? I've decided not to plant any onion seeds. I've still got all these on here that are, some of them are not bad size, but like I said, my single person onion, and then my smaller ones. That's obvious. They're obviously shallots are in clusters. I'm gonna pickle some, use them, but I'm gonna just repot on these sets here because they're going really well. Anyway, so what I've done is I've taken some of the soil out of these trays, and I started planting these marigold seeds that my friend John gave me. But in the pot that he's given me, I found it really interesting, and I know most people just buy the seeds in a packet and I saw on one of the allotment pages the other day, someone said, are these actually the seeds? Because they're quite, they're like little sticks, they're like little spikes. I don't know if you can see that. But what I'm going to show you now is, John's given me them in a little tub, and he's actually given me them in the original state from the flower. And I just think it's amazing. So I'm just going to show you exactly how they come out of the flower for people who buy them in a packet and maybe don't understand why they look like they do, why they're not like little typical seed shapes. So I'm just going to take you on that little journey and just quickly show you where the seeds come from on a marigold. So as you can see, I've already put some of these in. I need to sort of take the excess leafy bits out. And there's two different types. These on this side are the African Marigold Dark, and the other ones are, he's put it on a lid somewhere. No, he hasn't. It's somewhere. Oh, dark speckled marigolds. Right. So in here, he's obviously put the flowers, and I was like, "Oh, right, okay, that's how they come." But if we actually, I'm going to try and do this with one hand. So if we get rid of the actual, the flowers, the flower bits, the petals, dig them down there, and then, oops, watch this. So I'm hoping I can capture this. Look. So they then sprinkle, and you think, oh, they're all done. No, they're not. It's quite therapeutic pulling back. Loads. I've probably oversown this patch now. And then you think, oh, yeah, they're all done. Well, no, hang on. I'm just going to open it using the other hand. There's loads in there, look. So I'm not going to, he's given me lots, but I'm just going to see. I want to just quickly cover these. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. But I just wanted you to be able to see where they actually came from because, and that's all from, you can see that's where the marigold was. They've all come out of that little pod there, and that's where they come from. So I personally thought that was quite interesting. You might be, most people already know, but some people don't, and they obviously don't because I saw it on the allotment page the other day. So there you go. Hope that was of some interest to somebody. As you can see, I'm in t-shirt. It was just so warm. Harry Potter t-shirt, by the way. Harry Potter, can't beat a bit of HP. Yep, so I've planted some seeds, as many as I felt necessary for today. I didn't want to monopolise all of my day on seed sowing when it was so nice outside. I've planted up some foxgloves. I think I've planted maybe 5 of them, and I've got, I think I counted 9 to go, as well as some cream hollyhocks. I've also planted some lupins today, lupin seeds, and some more hollyhocks that are like, I think they're called Negra, something like a really dark purple. Excited about those because they look mint. I have just been and tried out attaching the brambles to the fence. So I'm tying those to the fence to try and create a wall. See how that goes. I mean, I might come tomorrow and some kids have decided to chop them all down for a laugh. So we'll see how we get on with that. Oh, I've just realised I've got some more bales of bramble there, so I might be able to do 3 strips of bramble wall, but we'll see. Noticed some more plants coming up, some more bulbs. My garlic bulbs are coming up. Garlic elephant garlic, more to the point. I only had 2 cloves and they're both coming up. And the last thing I'm going to do, but I'm not going to video it, is I'm going to go and measure the greenhouse, which is the polycarb greenhouse, because I wouldn't mind a roof on it. It's so soggy and awful in there, and I really would like that sorting out ASAP so that it dries out. It's not on my priorities, but every time I go to bed at night, I think I must measure those to see if they're the right size. So I need to do it. Other than that, I've got a ridiculous amount of mulching to do. I mean, a stupid amount, and I'm avoiding it. So one of these days this week, I need to go get the leaf mould from over there. I think I'm going to leaf mould, cake, leaf mould, and then that'll revitalise the soil a little bit, ready for my yacon and anything else I plant. Got 2 raised beds near the bins over there, the compost bins, the leaf litter bins. I still don't know what to do with, but I think they're just going to be all flowers. I think this is just literally going to be nearly all flowers. So yeah, I have got some stuff done today, but now I'm going to go to my mum's, pick up some things that have arrived there on Amazon, not plant related or allotment related, and yeah, I'm sit and have a chill for half an hour before I go home and go to bed ready for work. So yeah, so I shall speak to you shortly. Hello. It is Sunday the 18th of February and the sun's just gone in. I thought I'll video because it's nice and sunny. It's about 3:30 and I've been here for a couple of hours so far, and then I was also here for about an hour this morning, and then before then I popped for half an hour to drop some chairs off because my neighbour kindly gave me a couple of nice chairs. So when I popped this morning, it was chucking it down, and I was a bit disheartened. I was meant to be going out on my motorbike today because it was meant to be sunny this afternoon, and everything stayed wet and horrible. I went to my house, came back, it was raining, and then I thought, oh well, I'll do a little bit. So I just had a bit of measuring up for the fruit cage I'm thinking of creating, but I'll tell you about that another time. So I was here for about an hour, looked at the clock, it was about 12. I thought I'd better pop home, warm up in case I do go out on the bike. Was home for an hour, had a chat with Claire, my friend who I go out on my motorbike with, and we decided that we looked out and the roads were still a bit wet. We wouldn't go out on the bikes, we would get gardening done and jobs done. So I came back and it's been glorious sunshine ever since, until just now, and the clouds have come over. However, got quite a lot done today. Basically, I've been doing a job that I really didn't want to do. I've been bagging up leaf mould from our huge, big, well-rotted leaf bins, and I've got a fair bit done so far. I'll just show you what I've done so far. As you can see, the leaf mould is fairly well rotted. There's still some bits of twigs and stuff in there, but I'm not really overly fussed about that. It'll eventually rot down, and it's a good mulch. So this part of the bed here, last year wasn't very fertile. It's also overshadowed by the trees, so I thought, well, I'll give it a bit of a mulch, give it a bit of a feed, and then I'll also be putting some of the cake on it that I've mentioned in a previous video. I've also, just take you over here, I've also topped this bed up. I've pulled up the Swedes, and decided to call it a day because they're obviously not going anywhere. This bit wasn't mulched, so I've mulched that, as you can see, and this part of the bed here, in fact all of this I don't think I'd mulched before. Yes I had, but it was this bit here that I hadn't mulched where the kale is. I need to pull that kale up really, but it's started to sprout again. There's also a little chicory over there, and I've not eaten any of the chicory. I might pull it up and take it home and try it. I've never ever tried chicory, and it grew really nice. I should have done. So one of the reasons why I want to get this long bed here sorted is I want to get it as thick as possible with mulch. This is where I want to plant my yak on. Now the YouTuber that I watch obviously on YouTube, that does really well with it, actually said that theirs grows really well where they've mulched a lot with natural produce such as wood chips and so on. Well, I wood chip my paths. I'm well aware that obviously sometimes it can cause various spikes of, is it nitrogen? I don't know, but either way, this is where it's going, and the paths are only made with the wood chip. But this is well rotted leaf mould, so because it's also the tubers that you pull up, if I create a nice softish bed for them, then apparently they create more tubers because there's more space for them to spread. So this bed here, and probably this bed here, is where my yakon is going. So I think I'm going to put another layer on. I've also just finished weeding loosely, I use that term loosely, weeded this. I know there's still some leaves in, but they will rot down. It's just the leaves, and I'm going to pull a couple of weeds, but this I'm going to mulch on here as well, because hopefully this is where I'm thinking on putting sweet peas along there, and then possibly some allium bulbs. So I want to get it mulched. I'm going to rake it over in a minute. I haven't finished with that yet, but that's also where some of the leaf mould is. Also this bed here I need to weed. I don't think I'm going to be able to get out the wild aster Thugsley, but it needs weeding. There is a little grass down there, there's some gladioli in there, but if I mulch that, I'm going to pop some allium bulbs in there, and yeah, so hopefully this is going to be really nice. Last time I had all the sweet peas growing up here and it was absolutely glorious. So yeah, this is hopefully going to be another one of my flower beds. But just to quickly show you this, however, what I mentioned last week, and I said, oh, I think it's a peony. I think it's either a bleeding heart or salvia hot lips. Don't know. But look at these. That one's the first one that came along. They don't last very long, do they? Oh, man, art. But these are all coming up beautiful. And look at that. So we've got crocuses coming all over the place. Every time I turn around, there's a new one up. I wanted you when I got here this morning. And we've got the hydrangea coming up. Every time I walk around I think, oh, I'll just show you one thing, and then I noticed more and more and more, so I have to share it with you. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to so far. I quickly wanted to show you my new chairs as well. I know they might seem very old and rickety, but actually they're quite solid. It look look it, but they are quite solid, and if needs be I will replace them, because the frame they would if at some point, but for now they're great. I'm really pleased with those. Also, I'm just going to take in this greenhouse that needs sorting out. Oh, just watch the spider web, it's all in my hair. Oh my lord, these have come. I wanted to come in and show you, these are my tree lilies and how they're coming up. Tree lilies. But as I've just come in, there's one, they're all sprouting up here and here and here, look at that. So I think I showed you before that I've got some growing in my small greenhouse and they're not really doing anything. But I might go check on them now, because these, quite clearly, I can't see anything on there. There's one there, got one there, there. All these little ones are sprouting up. So yeah, I'm really pleased about that. Sun's coming out. So I've mulched a bit more on this potential yakon bed, and I've obviously mulched a little bit more. Not obviously, but I've obviously. Why do I keep saying obvious? Obviously, Harry Potter. Not serious. Snape. So I've just mulched the potential yacon bed a bit deeper. I've also mulched around the broccoli, and now I'm wanting some advice from you peeps, if that's at all possible. I planted some asparagus seeds, 50 last year, and they all come up and I got some really good ferns. Now I planted, because I didn't know how well they were going to do, and I didn't think all 50 seeds would germinate, but they have. I think there's maybe one that hasn't. So I put them in these, let me just show you, I'll just swivel you around. I put them in these pots here, and there's 8 in each pot, so that's right, isn't it? Yeah, roughly 8 in each pot. So this second year, really, they're meant to be dormant, but they're starting to grow. What I was thinking of doing, because the place where I want to put them is at that back bit where all the brambles were. That's what I want as my asparagus bed, because it's a huge space and it's right against the back fence. But what I was wondering is, so this is obviously going to be their second year. I was thinking, keep these pots as their home, but empty them so there's only two asparagus crowns in each of these. I mean, obviously you can see there, these are actually growing. There's a purple variety. There's like I said the other day, Mary Washington, and one I can't pronounce. But they are coming through. And before anyone tells me, I know they can't eat them until about the 4th or 5th year or something. But they are coming back now. These are all, look at these, doing brilliant. Would it be acceptable to separate them now and for another year put just 2 in these? I haven't taken these out to see exactly what they look like under the soil, but I was thinking of taking them up, splitting, and like I say, putting 2 in a pot. But should I just leave them? What I'm worried about is, because if I have another full year, oh, someone's been eating at that one. If I have another full year in these, they're going to come all intertwined. I think that's a strawberry in there. I don't know why that's in there. Whereas if I split them now, then they've at least got more space to grow. What do you guys think? These are those pots, by the way, that are quite deep. So they're those ones where they're, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe about 8 or 9 inch tall pots. I think they're the flower ones that flowers, Morrison's have the flowers in. So over to you. Should I split? Firstly, will it be sufficient to have these 2 in one pot for another year? And secondly, am I too late because they're already starting to grow because I've had them in the greenhouse? Because we had the really cold snap. Am I too late? Do I have to just leave them now? God, that's a real thick one there. Look at that. These, if I can make these last and have 50 crowns, that's what they're called, 50 asparagus crowns, I will be laughing. Just quickly going to show you. Look at these onions kicking off, doing their thing. Doing really well. I need to plant them all out. But for now, yeah, I need to definitely make a move and plant them out. I've eyeballed a bed on my second plot for these specific onions. So, yeah, we'll replant them. I always get sidetracked, don't I? Oh, there's... Just seeing if there's any of these coming up, and there's not. This is where I plant. Oh, yes. Come back over. This is the tree lilies I was talking about, but I get impatient and I have to have a little delve to see how it's growing. Yeah. What a stupid... And my daughter, when she watches this, will say, "What was that laugh all about?" They are growing. I'm not going to disturb the other one. But we now know that these tree lilies are growing as well. Brilliant news. I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy. Broad beans. Right, I think that's me done for another day. I'm not sure what time it is now, but if I don't go now, I'll get overly cold, overly grumpy. I'll order a takeaway, and I'm trying to eat better. And if I get too cold, too grumpy, it's not good for my health. Hello there. I'm at the allotment. It's Wednesday the 21st, and I've just popped up to bring some plants that my friend Prue's given me. I think maybe see them in the back. Look at those babies. There's flag iris, several buckets of flag iris. So excited about those. Some more raspberries, winter flowering jasmine, bluegrass. Just so happy. Anyway, I've come to drop them off. Decided not to drop them off. I'm going to leave them in the car till tomorrow because, well, it's just stopping. I've still wandered round, had a good look at all of the plot, seen what's coming through, checked everything out, and started measuring some stuff. That's why I'm absolutely soaked. Measured some polycarb for the roof of the polycarb greenhouse. Checked the glass in my recently re-glassed greenhouse on my new plot. Seems pretty stable, touch wood, but I don't want to jinx it. If it fails, it fails. I've tried. Measured some of the glass that I've got remaining to put in there. I don't need as much glass from elsewhere as I need, so I'm nearly done with it. Sorry about the wobble there. Yeah, and just had a little wander around, so that's another week done. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for everyone who's watching and liking, and even if you're just watching and watching little bits of it, that's absolutely fine. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week.